Thank you. We're really pleased to be here tonight in this beautiful garden and to see so many of you here. It's a thrill for us to play for an audience right now. As you know, we haven't been really playing as much as we'd like to play. So we're thrilled to be here. You might be wondering why we call ourselves Terra Voce. There's not a lot of music written for this instrumental combination. We are married, by the way. And so, gosh, about 15 years ago, we started arranging music from different parts of the world for this instrumental combination. And tonight's, so Terra means earth, Voce means voice. Voices of the earth is the idea that we like to get across in our programming. And tonight we're going to play a lot of music from South America and music from inspired by the Iberian Peninsula for the most part, with a few other things thrown in. And we're going to start out with a piece from Brazil called Naquele Tempo, which means in olden times. It's from a genre of music called choro, which is, it developed in Brazil about the same time that ragtime developed here in the United States, with a lot of different musical styles coming together. So there's a little bit of jazz and classical and traditional music, African, all these styles came together in this genre. And the composer of this particular tune is probably the most famous choro musician and composer. His name is Pixinguinha. It's a little breezy tonight, so we have to make sure our music doesn't fly off the stands. Okay, now we're going to go back to 18th century France for a piece called La Folia d'Espagne by Marem Marais. And actually, La Folia was a dance tune that was very popular in the late Middle Ages on the Iberian Peninsula. And this tune became very popular into the 18th century as a vehicle for variations. So Vivaldi, Corelli, a lot of Baroque era 18th century composers set this tune in variations, and Marem Marais was one of them. And this might be perhaps the most famous one. It was originally written for a viola da gamba, which is an instrument that looks like a cello but is not played the same way. It is not really the same instrument. But it's been arranged for a lot of different instruments. And so Andrew and I thought, well, why not flute and cello? So this is our arrangement of La Folia d'Espagne. It's the main tune and then 16 variations.
Well, actually, we're going to stay in France in a way, but in a very different way. This is going to be in Brittany. We have two Breton tunes. The first is called La Valse de Pastorio, and then we're going to segue from that one into another one called Tour de Taille. The Valse de Pastorio is written by Jackie Mollard, who is a Breton fiddler, and then the second one is written by Frédéric Paris, who is a button accordionist from Bourbon, although he was writing in a Breton style. We just thought these two tunes went very well together. She's switching to this flute because, for those of you who don't know, the music of Brittany has kind of a bit of Celtic history to it, so it's very similar to Irish music in a lot of ways. And this flute just has a little bit of a woodier sound that feels more natural to this music. So here we have La Valse de Pastorio and Tour de Taille, which means around the waist. So we're heading back to Brazil, and this is another choro, although it's a little bit different in that it's a choro waltz. And this is also written by Pixinguinha, but with a frequent partner of his in writing, Benedito Lacerda. They were both in a choro band together and shared a lot of composition over the years. They were both flutists and saxophonists. So this is Oscarina.
We're going to stay in Brazil with another tune by Pixinguinha and some of his other bandmates. And this tune is called Cochichando in Portuguese, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this correctly, but cochichar means to whisper. And when we were digging around to find out what cochichando meant, we gather that it means to gossip. So this is all about gossiping, or someone who gossips.
Next on our program, we have a piece written by a contemporary composer. His name is Kari Henrik Jussila. He used to teach at the Berklee School in Boston for quite a few years. He's a cellist, and he had gotten back from a trip to Portugal, where he had heard a lot of the music around Portugal. The national music is called fado, and it has a very particular type of very ringing guitar that is just kind of the essence of Portuguese music. And there's a very sort of melancholy, just overall feel, I think, to a lot of the music. All those sailors lost at sea, I suppose. Anyway, he got back from this trip and was inspired by that to write this. It was a duet for 2 cellos originally that we heard, and we thought it was just beautiful. We asked him if we could arrange it for cello and alto flute, and he gave it his blessings. He wanted people to know that he was not trying to create the Portuguese music fado, but really just capture the feelings of his trip. So this is fado.
Now we go to Argentina for some tango by Astor Piazzolla. Piazzolla was a tango musician, and then he went to France to study composition, and his teacher, the very famous Nadia Boulanger, told him that he should compose what he knew really well, and that is tango. And so he sort of came up with the idea of nuevo tango, the new tango, concert tango. This is not so much dance music. It's more for the concert hall. And he wrote this great piece for flute and guitar called Histoire du Tango that traces the history of the tango through, from the beginning through present day. And we are going to play one movement from this 4-movement set. It's called Night Club 1960.
So we're going to head north to the United States. And this next tune is called Short Trip Home. It's written by Edgar Meyer, who is a wonderful bass player. He's one of those people who is kind of you always hear jack of all trades, master of none. Well, he's a jack of quite a few trades and master of pretty much all of them. And sometimes I hate that guy. But anyway, Edgar, Short Trip Home is a beautiful tune that he wrote for a project that he did with the famous violinist Joshua Bell. And the instrumentation originally was violin, bass, mandolin, and guitar. And so it really just made quite a natural transition to flute and cello, I think. So. So next we have another Brazilian choro for you. This is also by Pixinguinha and Benedito Lacerda. This is called Pagao.
Okay, we have one more choro for you, but before we play it, we would like to thank Jessica for bringing us in. We would like to thank Zachary for helping us out tonight and all the other staff who made this possible. And we'd also like to thank the Virginia Commission for the Arts who helped to support us in this concert. The last tune we're going to play is called Arrastrape. It means drag the foot, and it's by Valdir Azevedo. Drag the Foot is a Brazilian dance.
And I just want to thank you all for being out here, and I think this might be the first time we've had a kind of a trio with cicadas, but it's been wonderful to play for human beings. We had a concert last week, and we played in an empty room to a TV camera, and it was great to be able to do that, even because that was the first thing we had done since March, I think. So you're the first humans we've played for in person, so thank you for being here, although at a distance.